Alright, so you want an example of this? We pop the well, we throw a grenade, we've got a bunch of super, and then we just start to slide. Oh! Oh! Are you seeing this? Hey everyone, MTashed here, and today I wanted to show a really cool build that allows you to pretty well spam your super. Now, if you're playing with multiple people and coordinate this, you can literally chain your supers back to back to back because of the orbs of light you generate, as well as a nifty little trick with your grenade. Now, one thing I want to note is this works on all classes, so I'm going to show a couple different variations of it. I'm going to show one that works very well on the Hunter, a great one for the Warlock, and we're going to start off with this beautiful Titan here. Now, I know he's ugly, and that's one thing I want to warn you about, but before I do, let's do a quick word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Raycon and the Everyday E25 earbuds. They actually just sent me these bad boys the other day, and I have been using them ever since, and I'm a big fan. The audio quality is exceptional. With the noise canceling available, you can run, you can jog. I can even wear my Raycons while I'm riding my bike. My trusty steed! Ah! Dang, looking pretty good, doesn't it? Now, these bad boys also have a 6-hour duration, but if you put them back inside here, if you put them in, it'll recharge it and give you up to 24 hours. So if you're on the go, you can have that beautiful Raycon audio bliss all day long. All day long. I love it. And the best thing, they're like half the price of other earbuds. And guess what? You can also get 15% off by using my link, buyraycon.com/mtashed. Links are in the description, links are in the comment section. Click those bad boys and go get yourself the best earbuds I have ever used, period. Alright, we're back. Now I wanted to warn you about something really quickly. You can get all the pieces of gear needed right now from the Prismatic Recaster, from the Umbral Engrams. That's not a problem. The problem is, if you're trying to literally just swap to a build like this, there's a very good chance that your overall stats aren't going to be the nicest. Now, mine are decently balanced, and I'm not too worried about it. I think that the benefit outweighs the con. But make sure that if you are trying to lean into this build and really take advantage, you start looking for gear that not only can take the mod, but also has a good stat distribution. That's going to help you out a lot long term, because you don't want to go and do one of these builds and completely handicap all of your other stats. So that's something I wanted to warn you about. This build revolves around Energy Converter. Now, the artwork on this is really stupid. It looks like a sidearm. I think that they messed this up. I don't know why it's like that, but let's read this one. While charged with light, using your grenade attack grants you super energy. It consumes your charges of light, so if you have 1 stack, you get 10%, but if you have 5 stacks, you get up to 50% of your super energy. If you stack this with some different exotics that give you super energy on kills, or even tethers like the Hunter, you can literally chain your supers in a way that hasn't been possible in a long time, since nerf a year ago probably on some of these exotics. Energy Converter is very powerful, and it works in both PvE and PvP. And you don't even really need to play with a team to make it work. It's still valuable if you're playing solo. But if you play with a team, it gets really stupid. Now, I'm pairing it with taking charge. This is when you pick up an orb of light, you get a charge of light. I feel like that's one of the easiest ones. There are multiple available, but you need some way to get charged with light. I'm also using stacks on stacks because it gives you 2 charges of light per orb, so it allows you to max out very quickly. Depending on the activity you're doing, you might not want to go for this if there's like a ton of orbs being generated and you don't feel like you need it, but my thoughts are the faster I can stack it up, the more grenades I can throw. Well, that just means that I could get my super like constantly. I've also got the charged up. This allows 1 additional stack of charged with light. And this bad boy supercharged. You can have 2 additional stacks of charged with light, up to a maximum of 5. This is one of the big ones. This is something that you're going to need if you really want to abuse this thing, but you could get away if you wanted to just have little hits of super energy here and there. If you want to abuse exotics, which I will talk about later, you can and give up something like stacks on stacks, or you can even give up something like this charged up perk, which is just giving you 1 additional stack total for your charges of light. If you can have double the grenades, then losing 10% charge rate is probably worth it. Or if you can have an exotic that gives you a bunch of super energy like the Phoenix Protocol, you could probably sacrifice this. It's all about making the build work for you, but these are the basics. So let's see it in action. So when I initially theory crafted this, I figured that I could continue to charge light and huck multiple grenades, so something like Top Tree Striker would be amazing, but that's not actually the case. You can only get up to 50%, and even if you're stacking charges of light and throwing multiple grenades, you can't actually keep stacking this. So the idea here is you pop your super, you throw a grenade right after, you use those charges of light up, and you get a nice chunk of super energy back. So, if you see me pop this, boom, I'm going to waste it. I'm going to do this away from any enemies so I don't kill anything and get any other super energy, but watch this. I throw that, and I get a lot of super, okay? I get almost 50% from that. That's an amazing amount of super energy to get, especially if you're on a lower intellect. That amount is not anything to be, cried about. I'm really happy with that, but there's ways that you can stack this and be nutty. So let's say you're playing on a team and everyone is using a bubble. Well, when you pop a bubble, you drop orbs of light. And so you could drop bubbles as a team, generate those orbs of light, and the second you pop your bubble, you throw a grenade. You get all the orbs of light from your friends, you're getting all the charge stacks from stacks on stacks and the taking charge, and then you probably have your super back. Now, you might not have your grenade back. There are ways that you could, get multiple grenades. Maybe you run one person that's just running through all the bubbles and constantly in their super. But you can see some of the value here. But I'm going to show you the Hunter and I'm going to show you the Warlock because personally, I like these ones a lot more. Okay, so the Hunter is a little bit different because I have to throw an exotic in the mix to make this really OP. But I've got the Orpheus rig, so when I hit people with my bow, I get a lot of super energy. So I've got taking charge, picking up an orb of light gives me a stack. I've got supercharge, which allows me to have 2 additional stacks, up to 5. I've got the energy converter. When I throw my grenade, I get that super energy. And then I've got charged up, which is giving me the 1 extra stack. So I've got 5 total, looking good, looking powerful. Now let's see this thing in action. Okay, so we've got some enemies spawning in here. I'm going to throw down my bow. I'm going to throw my grenade. You instantly get it. And then as enemies start to walk in, you're going to get super energy. Now these are trash mobs, and so the Orpheus rig isn't giving me that much. But you can see the potential of chaining this, and if you're generating orbs between you and your team, you can pretty much get constant supers moving forward. Now, if there were some tankier enemies there, some yellow health bar enemies, I would have got more. I'll show it one more time really quickly, but I think you get the idea. So one of the keys here is you want to throw your grenade before you get any sort of energy back from your Orpheus rig, because then the Orpheus rig is going to take you past that kind of 50% mark. So you almost want to send this at a distance, throw the grenade, and then once it hits, you get all that super energy after. Again, more people generating orbs leads to faster supers, but you can see there's going to be some orbs down here I can run and pick up. There's only a few here, but these little bits of orbs, they go a long way when everyone is generating them. If you're using any sort of masterworked weapon generating your orbs, you're going to have so many supers, it's not even funny. Now let's take a quick peek at the Warlock. Alright, so for my Warlock, I've got the energy converter just like normal. I've got charged up, but now I've got Phoenix Protocol. We've got taking charge to get the orbs of light, and we've got supercharged. So pretty well the same build, but now we've got the Phoenix Protocol. So while we're getting kills in our Well of Radiance, we're going to get super energy. And my god, this is essentially super spam central. Alright, so you want an example of this? We pop the well, we throw a grenade, we've got a bunch of super, and then we just start to slide. Oh! Are you seeing this? Wait. Are you I could have my super just by walking into these. Now imagine if someone else had popped a super. Look at this, boys. We've got it. We've still got a well. We still got a well for like 10 seconds. Look at this! Look at this orbage! We can pop this bad boy. I could throw a grenade. I can walk into these orbs. It's unfair. I feel like a cheater. I feel like I'm a big piece of cheat. But I'm not. It's in the game, and you can all abuse it too. And that's what this whole video is going to be about. And I can't wait to show how you do this, because it's amazing. Oh my god. Now, another great thing you can do is you can throw on something like Innervation. So when you pick up Orbs of Light, you're going to get your grenade back. So even if your cooldowns on your grenade are pretty weak, you can get a lot of grenade energy doing this. So whenever you have your super, you're going to have your grenade. And between all these combos, it just feels incredibly strong. I'm so happy that this build works out the way it does. But that's it for me, gamers. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go to buyraycon.com/mtash, get 15% off your Raycons, and I will see you soon, my friends. Links are in the description. Okay, I'm done. Bye-bye.